Hello, I'm Mary Kessler, Director here at Ascent Advantage Academy. I wanted to have just a little bit of a conversation with you. This subject of getting started is really important. We have put here some things which we feel are important to yours and your children's success as you get into the program. So please go through the Getting Started videos. I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. I was a part of the Future Teachers Club when I was in high school, and I taught for about an hour in a 6th grade class in my old elementary school. Other than that, I began teaching my own children in 1982 in a homeschool situation. The public school just wasn't doing it for our kids, for one of our kids especially, and so we decided that we would remove all of them from the public system and home teach them. It was a very good learning experience. We taught them from 1982 to 1985, and then our older children wanted to go back into the public system in high school, and we saw no problem with that, and for them it was a very, very good choice. Then coming down to about 1989, our youngest came home one day and said, "Mom, can we talk?" And I thought, "Oh, okay, what's so serious?" This is the first time he'd said something like that. And so I took note, and we sat down in the recliner together, and he says, "Mom, you homeschooled the other kids. Why won't you homeschool me?" And I thought, "You want to be homeschooled?" Because I thought he was perfectly happy where he was, but he wasn't. And he says, "Yes." And so he was out the next day, and thus began our journey, which has ended us up here. I homeschooled him, and he had quite a little bit of a time overcoming the attitudes and the protocols and so forth that were in place in the public system. When he finally overcame that, then he just blossomed. It took him about 3 years, but he just blossomed. I knew he was back one day when I went into the house, and encyclopedias were all over the place. He had a word processor down in his room, which happened to be in the basement, and the encyclopedias were all over the place in the office, in the living room, in the kitchen. And I went down, I said, "Hey, what's going on here?" "Well, I'm writing a novel about a alien group that has come to the earth, and they're setting up a colony off the southern coast of France, and I need to find out what the ocean is like, what kind of sea life there is, and so forth, and the topography of that area." He is back. His imagination had returned, and he's been writing ever since. In fact, he's a reporter for our newspaper in town. So that is our experience. He continued to be homeschooled through the 10th grade. Even though he went to public school for half a day in the 10th grade, he didn't like it. In the 11th grade, he wanted to go full-time. He was there 2 weeks. Not for him, so he came back home and he said, "Mom, if I'm going to get a good education, it's going to have to be at home." He was pretty upset with what they were teaching him. He said, "This isn't, this has nothing to do with education." So that was in 1997. So in September 1997, we did start the academy. It was a Sunrise High Academy at that point. It morphed into Beehive Academy and Preparatory School. And then we renamed it Ascent Advantage Academy some years later. So that's kind of the story and the experience that I have. I've been teaching in the school. I taught from 1997 until 2011, when, quite frankly, I was burned out. Sometimes parents want teachers to perform miracles, and sometimes teachers can. But usually it's up to the parents to be involved. In fact, 99.9% of the time, it's really parents who make the difference. A teacher can teach and can work with a child, have rapport with a child, and sometimes overcome the lack of a parent's interest in the student's education. But 99.9% that's not the case. Parents must be involved. And this program, as any other, requires the involvement of the parent. Now, don't click off. That just simply means you've got to be aware of what your child is doing or what he's supposed to be doing, what he's supposed to be learning, and be interested in it and talk with him about it. And in a homeschool situation, if you're doing this in a homeschool situation, you need to be on top of it. And what if we're overseeing the program, you need to know what his program is each week. If you are overseeing the program, well, you're kind of home free on that one. You're going to know whether your student's doing the work or not. So just be involved and also go back, if you haven't, in the first 4 categories that we have there in the beginning, in the grid on the homeschool and curriculum page. Go through those 4 categories. Okay, the first 4 categories. Those are videos, and they're primarily there for your benefit, so you can learn and you can understand a little bit more about the program. And that's very, very important. So that's a little bit about me. We have set this up so that it is user-friendly, and if you find a problem or a glitch, please get in touch. Please get in touch. Do not hesitate to call or email us. You can email us at director.ascentacademy@gmail.com. You can call us at 435-773-3766. That's 435-773-3766. And that number should be at the bottom of a page. So please, if you have any problems, if you have any questions, and also please help your student get through the Getting Started program, because the Getting Started program is essential to success, not only here, but anywhere else. Even, in a homeschool, it's important that your student accomplish these tasks and abilities. Thank you.